Hello, I am going to move on to part 3 of the junk journal that I'm making with the new collection from Country Craft Creations. Um, this is a very long process when I make these. I'm sure that I could have made it smaller or less embellishment, but I'm going to kind of walk you through my process on how I decorate the pages. Everybody does it a little bit differently. So the first thing I have done is I have gathered a tray of a ton of stuff. Look, I'll show you. It's disgusting. I've got this laying next to me. So I just kind of rummage through my stuff, and I have more than that I could probably pull from. But before I do the decorating of the actual page, I like to go and put trim along the edge of some of my pages. So I go about every 4 pages and I try and put a different type of trim so it looks nice when you see it from the side. Okay, and if it's all the same, to me that's kind of boring. So I have some modern ones that are not, obviously antique, but I might have added a little bit of distress to it. But this one is an actual vintage piece of lace, not lace, ribbon. And I like that pink edge, and so I decided to do that on this pink page. So I'm going to build a page for you and just kind of show you my process. So I have my glue gun on, and I don't know if it's quite ready. I have that Ryobi, this glue gun. I don't know if you can see that. And I like it and I hate it at the same time. It drips glue, and I thought it was not supposed to. I don't know. It's not as great as I thought it was supposed to be, and so I'm kind of bummed by that. But I have not yet found the perfect glue gun that I love. So I'm going to turn this sideways just so it's easier for me to see when I put my ribbon on. And you can cut it a little bit too large if you want and kind of have it hanging off the sides. So let's see if my drippy glue gun is ready. It is. Okay. So I just put a bead there, and I do want it to hang off a little bit. Okay. And it's okay if it's loose in some spots. Okay, so that's the first thing I do is I go through and I put ribbon in. So there's different types of ribbon, and I'll go through and walk you through some of the pages that I've done just to kind of show you. All right, so now I want to spend some time decorating this. Now, some people decorate or make a cluster of things first and then just attach it to the book. I like to add something to the book and then keep adding to it, if that makes sense. So I knew that I wanted to use one of the cut-aparts. I love this, and so I inked it up, and I want this to be on my page. Now, I want it to be a tuck spot, so I'll put this down first, but I don't want it to be plain. So I'm going to go ahead, this is a little bit too long, so I'm going to rip that. So to add some layers here, I'm going to go ahead and add this, it's the old tissue paper that I have. So let's go ahead and start with the layers. I don't know if I'm going to need my glue gun, probably. I'm going to go ahead and glue not all the sides because, like I said, I want it to be a tuck spot. So I'm just going to glue on 2 sides. And I design as I go. I don't really have anything in mind. Some people don't do well with that. That's how I work best. Okay. So let's go ahead and lay that down. And like I said, I knew that I needed something here. So I'm going to go ahead and attach this little piece of tissue that I ripped. And I hope I don't see the glue through it. If I do, I'll live with it. It'll dry. So you don't need a ton of glue. Okay, and I did not put glue on this side, so that you can still put things underneath. Let's see. So there are some cutouts from the collection. I could put petals and letters. I could add something like that. If I do that, I wanted where these two connect, I would put something like I have a crocheted flower. Maybe I'll move this in just a little bit like that. Yep, I think that's what I like. So I'm just going to put glue on one side. Again, I got to remember I want it to be able to be used as a tuck spot. so I'm not gluing everything all the way down. Okay. And like I said, where these three things meet, I'll go ahead and put that flower. I usually use a glue gun for flowers. All right. It still needs something. That might not be what I'm looking for. Maybe that. Then that covers the butterfly. No. Let's see, I have a small, I need just like a pop of color. I have this small doily and I have this little heart. Do I like that? I love doilies. Yeah, I'll go ahead and put the doily on. Okay. And let me just put a little dab of glue in the center and I'll put that heart on there. All right. Anything else? I feel like I have this, it's sewn together to be pleated and it's been coffee stained. Could I put that there? Up here. Just a little bit here. Maybe I don't need it. Down here. Just a little piece maybe. So let me cut off just a little piece. Because I do like the look of that. And I'm just going to put glue on this side. I don't want to glue it all the way down. Okay. Let's see. I have some pink seam binding. So I'm going to get it wet and crinkle it and then make a bow. Let's see what else. Like that. Down at the bottom or the top? I kind of like it at the bottom. And then there'll be something tucked out. Yep, I'll put it at the bottom. Okay. And you could journal right here. I could add more tissue. I could add the petals and letters right there. But I don't want to take away, I like this look. What about that? Is that too much? You know what? Is there too much when it comes to junk journaling? I don't think so. And if it's things you like, you add them. So don't worry about like, oh, you know, is it balanced? Is there a focal point? If you like it, put it on there. And I like that. Now, this came with the collection and it was white with the black lettering. So I had to put, I use a lot more ink when I do my junk journal. So now, let's see, I could cut out, let's see, I need something to tuck behind there just to show. And let's see, what do I have? I have some things already cut out. I have one of these. It's a recipe card. No, this says direct. Well, yeah, it's like a recipe card. But you could use that to journal, like so. Okay, so that would be a page. So I'm going to continue. I'll do one more page. I'm going to go ahead and pick another blank page. You know what? This collection comes with these little tabs. I love that. So if you have a page that does not have any lace, you could always put a tab. Let's do that on this one. To me, it's easiest to cut out everything and ink it first and then go through and start layering. That's the process that I like to use. Okay. might go back and put something on that tab, but as of right now, I'll just leave it like that. So let's see, let's do this page. Or do I want to do this one? Let's do, I do like this for writing. So let's go ahead and decorate this page. This is coffee stained paper where they put like a paper doily on it. I just absolutely love that. So one of the things that you can get that comes with the collection are some bookmarks. So I cut it out and inked it, and I already put some vintage lace. So I'm going to go ahead and, again, I might want to use this as a tuck spot. Now I try and combine different materials. So I do have a metal piece, like so, and let's start with that. So I don't want to overthink it. So I'm going to go ahead and glue this little piece down onto the bookmark. Kind of cattywampus. And I'll probably have this like so. So I'm going to do glue on the left and the bottom. Come on, glue. Left and bottom. And I want it to kind of hang off the page a little bit. So I do want to incorporate some metal. So I'm going to go ahead and add this metal piece. I probably shouldn't use hot glue, but I'm going to because it's not going to, you might be able to see the glue through, but I will. Ouch, I can feel that glue. Let's see. Okay. I have some Tim Holtz. I kind of like that there. There's some words on here that come with the collection. So you could cut out some words and have those inked up. I have the word always over here. I also have this little piece of tissue left. Let me ink that up. Wrinkle it up. There's no... Let's see. Yeah, I'll just put this little piece off to the side here. Don't need much glue for that. Okay, and I am going to put this here, I believe. Yeah. Now, this does sit up just a little bit, so I think I might use a foam dot or square on this side. Yeah, and then I'll actually put some hot glue here so that can stick. Okay. Where's that always? Dream always. Always dream. I'm going to do always dream. So again, if you like, you can make these off to the side and then just add the whole thing. If you do that, somebody told me, take a picture. Like if I kind of lay things out as I go, but if you have an idea and you're working on it off to the side, take a picture of it on your phone so then you can recreate it when you start gluing it down into your book too. So this little center needs to be covered. So I have one of these little pearl thingies. I'm going to add that. And I will tell you, I did some thinking before I started the video, just so I wouldn't take forever. Because this does take me a long time to go through and decide what I want to put on there. I have this Did that lay down? No, I gotta glue that. Come on. Come on, glue. I feel like I need this on here somewhere. That's too much. It's okay if it hangs off the bottom. I kind of like that. So these are just papers that somebody printed and then, ow, crocheted around. I think this needs some, it's not sticking like it should. Okay, is there anything else? I still want room for pictures or for journaling. I kind of like that. All right, now some pages don't have to be as detailed either. So for example, this came with the collection. All I did was glue that paper down. Now, as I look at it, does it need a little piece of, I think it does. So we'll just go and add a little strip of that trim. Okay, anything else I need? Nope, I'll make that one simple. So this is a doily I had and I just glued a key on. I should have darkened up, or let me see if I can rough that up. It looks too bright to me. So I want to get rid of that brightness. That's a little bit better. It's not so stark, like in your face. Okay, so here's another example of some trim that I had. This was vintage, and I had a garment pin, and I just put a little flower on it, and I punched a hole through this. This came with the collection, so just a little place to journal there. This is a page that I just folded over, and I had a little extra of that paper that was tea dyed. Okay, so I feel like I need something here. So let's take a look at some things I've already taken out and inked. So I have, I don't know if this came with that or not. I'm just gonna put that there. It kind of goes. Just add a little something. So I look through my book probably, I don't know, 100 times. And each time I look at it, I think, oh, I could add this there. I could add this there. So I have some lace here. Let's go ahead and incorporate that. If you got it, you might as well use it. And I'll just put it across the center. And I am going to use hot glue. It will probably be able to be seen, or it'll get kind of, where's my, so this to me needs a little color. So I have some other trims. Yeah, I'll add this one. Maybe I should ink it first or not. Sometimes I don't feel like it. Yeah, I'll just use this. So that's why I collect everything, because you can use all of this in a junk journal. And the keyword is junk. Flyers that you get in the mail, all that kind of stuff. Let's see. I feel like it needs something. I kind of like this. What is this? Let me go through my garbage. I think I want to cut something out. Oh, I like this little green. I like that little stamp, so let me cut that out. And this is just how I work. I mean, I literally just go one page at a time and start layering. Nothing is usually, you know, pre-planned. I just go with it. Okay, so I'm going to ink this up so it looks a little bit older. Okay, and I think I just want to put that here. At an angle. Oh, this glue, I'm telling you. I waste so much of it because it just... Let me show you. Let me show you, and you tell me what kind of glue gun I need. This was expensive, too. Look at all that waste. Do you see it? Oh, drives me nuts. This is a pocket, so you can just add random cutouts in there. Right here, we might want to add a phrase. Where are my scissors? The only thing that bothers me about doing junk journals is the mess on my desk. I hate messes, but you have to make an exception for junk journals, that's for sure. All right, so this says Moments Treasured. Needs to be inked up because it was too white. And I want it down here. I think I want it up there. Okay. And I might want one of those little page thingies. I might cut out one of these and put it at the top. This is supposed to look kind of like washi tape. Let me cut one of those out and use that. All right. And then I'll kind of do a walkthrough with you just to kind of show you some of the things that I've used and done. And then the last thing we have to do is just the cover. And I will do that with you just to kind of show you. I usually use lace on the spine to cover up my... no, that doesn't go there. No. Maybe that says choose to shine. Maybe I want it that way. No, I'll just add it right here. So you kind of have to also decide what is the purpose of your book. Is it a prayer journal? Is it for old vintage pictures? Is it for journaling? Because that might determine how much you decorate also. I think I want a flower on that. I don't crochet. I don't know. These flowers, I did not make these myself. Okay. And this is open. So let me put in one of those cards that came with it. And I feel like it needs a picture here. You know what? I have some of these tags. I'll just kind of lay that there for right now. All right, here's from the collection, Put Great Things Take Time, put a little applique there. This came from a 49 and Market collection I got from Country Craft Creations that I didn't use, so I just put it on the corner and tucked in an old postcard. I love old postcards and pictures, love them. So this will definitely need something. For one, it's going to need to be dirtied up. And there's no right or wrong way to do that. Just get it messed up. Let's see, is there anything I haven't used that I have in my pile of stuff? That'll go there. but that will be a good place to write. And there's a flower. Do I want that? I don't think I do. I don't think it goes there. What about, I thought I had more things cut out and inked. This is from the collection. Let's find a page where we can add this. I love this page. I think this is going to be my cover. Nope. That would go. I should have inked up these book pages. Then you can kind of see the, yep, that's what I'm going to do. And I'm going to make it just glue on 2 sides so I can tuck something in there. Okay. All right, so let's just kind of walk through here. I'm going to turn off my glue gun because it's wasting glue. So it does get fat and chunky, but that's what we like. So like I said, I'll come back and do the cover. I'll probably add some lace here and here. Okay, so you've already seen the inside front cover. So here I just added an applique. I feel like it needs something like words. I have a Dream in Roses from the collection. I think we need that. Maybe I need to turn my glue gun on just for a second. So this comes with a line around it. So for those of you who do the Brother scan and cut, it should be able to cut these out for you. I have one, never used it, but I do have one. So if you don't like to fussy cut, the thing about this though is I don't have to be that precise. I'm just kind of, and I feel like that rose is just kind of weird by itself. Yeah, that's what it needed. Let me rough it up. Ink it up. There we go. Okay. Put it right there. Okay, so I'm not done, but I want to show you what I've done so far just to give you some ideas. I'll probably continue to go back and look at it, like I said, 100 times and continue to add things because every time I look at it, I think, oh, it needs something. Okay, so this was a, I don't even know, like a pillowcase or something that I got. This was from the 49 and Market collection. Here's how you can see I added some lace and I'll put something inside that pocket. This is going to definitely need something. I do have some larger pieces that I have inked from the collection. Ooh, I love that butterfly, but it doesn't seem to match that very well. Sorry, now that I'm looking through it, I'm going to have to go back and add stuff as I go. What do I have? And I feel like this needs some fabric. Yep, I'm going to add fabric there. The lace. I think my glue gun's still hot enough. Maybe. Lay this down here. Don't want to burn my fingers. Okay, and then I'll add that. I'm almost out of glue stick. Okay. See, I feel like I'm not done though. I feel like, oh, it's right here. I feel like I need an old button. That's what I need, an old button. Do I have an old button? I do. I'll get it. I'll glue it on later. I don't want to make you wait while I go find it. Unless I have something. Do I have anything over here? I have a little flower. That might be too thick though. What do I have? Oh, here's a little button. Let's see. I don't think any of them have the right colors on them, of course. Nope. That might work. This is an old chair. See, this is why it takes me so stinking long. Here's just I like that one, just plain. I should probably put, and you know what? I also have, I like that better. I'll save my button. I'm gonna go ahead and put that right there. I hope this will go on with just my art glitter glue because my glue gun is out of glue. Nothing like a good cameo, right? Okay. And I'm not done. I mean, I have to go back and keep adding things, so I'm going to try and not stop and add more stuff. Sorry. Okay, so then there's this. Just took a cutout, got words. Here I just had a little piece of fabric. Oh, I just had a cameo right there, and now I got one a couple pages ahead. Oh, well. I'll have to add something on here. I love this trim. It's just a bunch of bows. I cut out a pocket and added it there, so I'll have to add something inside. Here's another one of those little girls with the crochet around it. This is a piece of tissue and the noted, because I'll be writing on that page. I have stickers that are like vintage looking, and so I laid one down and just put a little old bicycle. Here's another metal piece with the little bow. Did some ripping instead of just leaving it whole, just rip it up. There's one of those tickets. There's one of the cutouts. Put just a little piece of tissue on there. All right, I'll go faster. You can see I don't have to explain everything as we look at it. Oh, I did use, sorry. I bought this sparkle stuff that you can add that I love using, and it's really fast. I think it's so pretty. There's this little receipt, flower, bingo. I love that bingo card. Just a little butterfly, little pocket, another doily I probably need to go back and roughen up, another cameo there and a bow. Love this vintage trim. That was gifted to me by Karen Welch, I believe. All right, let me go through faster. Applique. So yeah, I need to go back now and start adding more decorating. Yeah, I have a long way to go. That's cute. More trim. So I did a lot of trim. Just added another metal piece. And remember, these are longer. I might add some beads or something hanging off the end. Okay. Let's see. That's cute. I think we already saw this. I love this old, what do you call this kind of trim? Oh, I almost tried to take that off. I love that, the way that turned out. So I will continue to go through my junk and add things here and there. That needs to be roughed up, that pink, too bright. There's the one we did together. That came with the collection. That's pretty. So, so much of what I have in here is just, it comes with the collection. It's so nice to have everything handy and nearby. Pocket. That's pretty trim. And then there's my back page. Okay, so that is an example of how I decorate. Just layer on the page as I go after I have collected a tray of stuff. So the next thing I'm going to do is the cover. And I know that I want this to be on the front just because I love that butterfly so much. And I'll look for some lace because I have pink on the sides where that pink butterfly goes. And on the back, I might do this one. All right, so let me get my materials ready for that and I'll be right back. So I was going to show you how I'm going to do the cover, but then I thought I might as well show you how I go through and just kind of throw things in there. Like, I do no planning ahead of time, so it's kind of hard to show how I put these things together. So I just thought I'd show you the actual process. So I went through my stuff. I found some more materials. So these things came from the collection. So I'm going to put those together. I think that's all. Okay, so then I found this little dangle that had pearls, this line of pearls. So sweet of you. It's a wood piece, and I just put a bulb on a garment pin on the end, and I'm thinking I'll put a bow here, just kind of throwing it together. Still have a little bit of trim left. This is a vintage trim that has been pressed, and I kind of want to put that in somewhere. I found these chipboard sayings, all of us, bonds and togetherness. I might put that somewhere. Doily, I would rough it up a little bit first. Just a random leaf, a doily. I found this in my stuff. Like, I have stuff, I'm like, where did that come from? I found a couple gears, perfume bottle, more from the collection, some sayings. I was going through my stuff and found a couple things that I kind of already put together. I just found some random tags, just put a flower on one, a doily and a button on another. And then this one just has a butterfly, but I could do something like that too. Put that saying on. I don't know. I'll just kind of go through it. I'll just kind of start throwing things together. But I do want to show you one thing I did put together. I haven't glued anything, but it's more stuff that I found. You guys, that's why you got to collect everything. All your junk. Don't throw it away. Keep all the junk. Things that, little pieces that you're like, well, I'll never use it. Yes, you will. Okay, so one thing is I'm going to use one of the cards, and I had this butterfly. It used to have antenna, and it fell off, but that's okay. It'll still work. So I'm going to go ahead. The reds kind of match that bright pinkish, reddish, whatever you want to call it. Come on, glue. So I'm just going to glue that on the corner. Then I was going through my stuff, and I forgot that I had these letters. And so I'm going to put my initials. I'm just going to kind of layer those off to the side like that. And then there, poof, I have something to add to a pocket. I'm just going to, why is this glue driving me crazy? I always forget to put the pin in. And then when I go to use it, yeah, stuck. Okay. So let me just kind of glue these on the side. I didn't go looking for this stuff. Once I found it, I was like, oh, I guess I could use that. I just have different drawers that have random stuff. Things that I keep saying, oh, I should just throw that away. No, I'm not going to do it. I am not going to throw it away. Because now look, this is cute. Okay, so there's one easy insert. Simple, okay. Then I have some of this stationery. And where's one of those sayings I could put on there from the collection? I just moved it off to the side. I could put this here where there's like a plate, you know, like a I don't know what to call it. I'll just put Simple Joys there. Okay, then I found, I had printed, I think this is one that I printed, just randomly found it in my stash. Or was this in a, it might have been in a collection, I don't know. This is from the collection that I got from Country Craft Creations. So then I could put that together, but that's not enough for me. So then I had a random piece of tissue. So I'll glue that down. A little piece of lace that I couldn't throw away. I'm going to put that right on top of it. I have these burgundy colored leaves. And then a butterfly. And that's, I'm going to layer it just like that. And then poof, I got another piece to add to my project. So I'm going to start with this. Just glue this down, this tissue. Normally I would have thrown it away because this is really small. So I'm glad I didn't. Okay. And I'm just throwing it together. Just throwing it together. I do kind of want these to come out though. So I'm going to glue down the lace, and I'm just going to put some at the bottom here. It'll dry clear, so I'm not worried about that. Just put that, and it doesn't have to be straight on, kind of cattywampus. Give that a chance to dry. I'm just going to stick the leaves on there. I'm going to have to get a pin, clothespin. Oh, that's going to be close. Okay, and then I'm going to put this, it's kind of like netting in a way. I'm going to put that butterfly on there. Yeah, I have to move this for a second. Okay, and then I'm just going to stick this in, and I'm not going to glue them down. And that. Okay, so there's another page that I can clip on. Oh goodness. So I'm going to put these to the side to dry. And now I also went and I forgot I bought this book. It's Great Quotes from Leaders, and I think I might just rip out a page. Let us always meet each other with a smile, for the smile is the beginning of love. Love is a fruit in season at all times and within each reach of each hand. These are pretty good. Joy is a net of love by which this will, if you can feed 100 people, then let's see. Dwight Eisenhower, what'd you say when you were in? Justice cannot be for, yeah, a lot of this is political stuff. Okay, I like this one. Okay, just rip that puppy right out. And that is what I'm going to do. So I have, if I'm careful, no. Absence makes the heart grow fonder. In the long run, we shape our lives and we shape ourselves. The process. I'm going to use this one. Okay, so I'll use that. I'm going to use happiness is not a goal, it is a byproduct. And I'll just find a random page that needs something and I'll glue that on. Probably ink them up a little bit. And then this last one. Okay. Should I rough them up a little bit? It's kind of that shiny paper, so I don't know if it's gonna... Maybe if it dries, it'll be okay. Like I'm just randomly, like I'm doing it quick. That's one thing about these junk journals. They take a long time, so I get to the point where I'm just like, slap it on. Just slap it on. And that's okay. That's the whole idea. It's a junk journal, right? So it doesn't have to be perfect. I've been working on this book, though, for a long time. And I kept thinking to myself, how am I going to show people how I make this stuff? I just randomly I don't plan ahead. I just start layering things. So you look for junk and then you layer. Okay, so using all this stuff, I'm going to start going through my pages. Now, it's a pretty thick book. I am going to have to put like a tie closure to keep it closed. So this one has nothing on it. So I have All of Us, Bonds. Bonds is kind of weird. Togetherness. That's what, so I'm going to put that here. And it's already got adhesive on the back, but I'm going to add some glue. I love anything that has like words on it. Now I can put it straight. I'm going to put it kind of crooked here. Just give it a pushing down on it. I put some stationery there. So I have Dream and Roses, added that picture. Is there anything I need to add? Maybe I'll just go first and add things where a page has nothing. And it's okay. These are busy, so I don't want to put a whole lot on there. This is not inked up. So I totally forgot. I didn't ink. I want it to look vintage, so I didn't ink up all my stuff that I added when I was putting it together. So I'm just coming through. Yep, I got to do that one too. Just kind of adding some aging to it. Let's see. That might be too big for that. This is a pocket, so let's see. Do I have... I could just stick this in there for right now, so I don't lose it. So this right here, do I need something? I could cut this and just put 3, I don't even want to do that. I can either put it here or here. I'm going to put it up there. Just putting glue on there. But you can see I do get to the point where I'm just like, stick it down anywhere. Okay. And just that little bit adds a lot. I did just have, I went back and added these little flowers, and then I found a gear, so I added that. This doesn't have anything, but it's kind of busy. Stuck a little tag in there. I want this kind of plain. I did add this little sticker. It says Cinema Theater, but I want the lines to write. So this has something. This has a tag in it. Actually, I want it that way. Added this little paper clip. I didn't make it. Somebody gifted it to me. I had to go back and rough up these pages or age them. So this one, yep, I'm going to put a saying on here to kind of break it up. Absence makes the heart grow fonder. And I'm not even going to put glue, like I just slap it on. It's okay if some of the edges lift, if they lift up. Okay. I don't want to really ruin that, not ruin it, but add anything because of the lines. This has something little here, but I feel like it's just kind of, I feel like it needs something. I have a perfume bottle. Nope, it doesn't go. I have this flower. I could add it down here. Oh, I did put this down there. I'm going to wait on that one. This one, I could say beautiful. Together, I have the doily. I could just fold this in half and just add it. Yep, I'm gonna do that. Let me ink it up so it doesn't look brand new. And I'll just glue it one on each side. Okay. Just to add a little interest. I think I'm going to use this someplace else and just put one there. This is already kind of busy. Got a bingo card here. Do I need to add? No, go to the pages that don't have anything. This needs a card. There we go. This needs, just stick that in there. This is a pocket, I got that. Just added a little something here. Together, no. I have this flower. I'm gonna add that flower right here. That will kind of tie in the two pages. Okay. This can have something stuck in there like this. This is a pocket also. Maybe I need to add this down here like I did the other one. So now you can see how my brain works. Just no pre-planning, just stick it on there. And let's see, that has nothing, so let's add this tag here. Yeah, down here. And I'm not going to glue it all the way down in case I want to tuck something underneath. Okay, I got a sticker there. So this is where, this doesn't really match this page. I'm going to take that off. What can I put here instead? I have this. What about, nope. What about this? Maybe it needs that. Maybe this needs to go in here. Ooh, maybe I like that. Let me see if it would close. Yeah, it does. I'm gonna lay that in there. Take a little bit off the end here. And I can never tell what's the right side and wrong side. I think that's the right side. I don't know. And I'm just gonna slap some glue on here. Lay that down. I like that idea. It'll stick here in a second, but I feel like it needs something. Maybe one of these, all of us. Sure, why not? And I'm gonna do it kind of at an angle. And no. So I have a card here, nothing here. That looks kind of weird to me. I'll just stick this right in here. Lines I want to keep, there's nothing on here. I guess I could add that. Why not? I'm just using it all up till it's gone. clip till it dries. Okay, turn that. Have a little charm here. Don't want anything here. Or do I? Do I want this? I better save some stuff for the end. This needs to be aged. Okay. Am I still? No, I'm on the second signature. So I just put in some random paper there. Do I want this tag? Nope. It's already got a paper. Nope. I'm just going to glue this off to the side because it's got green on it too. And then I'm going to have to ink the back because you'll see it. Just random paper in here. So this kind of matches. Perfume kind of looks feminine with that bow trim. Now I wish I had something to put right here. Do I have a bow? Probably not. I probably do someplace else. I'll figure it out. Okay, this is pretty plain. So there goes the saying right there. And do I need something like a flower to go with it? Yep. See how fast I'm doing this? Okay. Do I need a card here? Will it stay? Nope. Need something smaller. What about this? Nope, I think I glued that down too much, I think. This doesn't have anything. So I've got trim here. I'm going to go ahead and add this here, and I'm going to glue. I have a little pink bow that I'm going to cover this hole with. So let me put some glue on this wooden piece. And it's hanging like this. I want the bow. I might have to let this sit for a little bit. Yeah, I'm going to come back and put this on later. Let it dry. Nope. I've got to have some pockets somewhere. That's got a card in it. That's got that, but I think I might need another paper clip. Yeah. Okay, let me get, well, let's see, do I need anything in the back? I don't want to use all my stuff. Oh, but I feel like this needs, oh, it has this little flower down here. I'm running out of stuff. Kind of. Let's see if I have. No. So this is supposed to kind of like be like washi tape. I'm going to do that. just to add a little bit of color on that bottom page. Just stick it down there. Moments captured. I might come back and put that there. I did add this Tim Holtz bust and some pearls there. Made that. Put some pearls here. This is pretty loud. This is pretty busy. Yeah, this needs something. Oh, I kind of like that. All right, I'm gonna have to find a paper clip. Give me 2 seconds. I know I have some. And they're gold. I can't get it open. There we go. I'll just stick that right here. That goes, I think. And then on the other side, I should probably hold on to something. But what? But what? No, that looks weird. I have these like butterfly wings. Would that look weird? Yes. Come on, what do I have? I have more of these. For right now, that's all I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna stick this here just so I have something. It's like a little applique. I think I am, if it's gonna go in. Okay. I just added a little button here. This, will this fit in here? I think it's dry. Nope, I'm gonna have to put it on another, like a back page. I'm gonna put this here and I'm gonna stick a tag in there. Like as a, or do I want this one? No. That one. A little sticker there. I have, this might need to go here. Or maybe I'm just gonna lay it there like a bookmark for right now. And this dangle might go here. So we know that it's like a closure. Okay. I did add this, I layered that up. Bonds, that's kind of weird to me, bonds. So I'm gonna do that, and I'm gonna add some sort of flower on the top of this. I better put this on first. Okay, let's see, where'd I put those clips? There's the other clip. Thought I had one more in there. I'll show it. But I feel like it. There was 3 on there, and I just took off 2. There it is. Okay, now it needs something. Do I have a cutout? I'm going to put one of these on there. So, nope, too big. Here's one, too big. Do I have any smaller ones in here? I just don't, oh, there we go. I like pre-made things that I layer. I don't like to spend the time making my own flowers. I don't have time for that. Let's see. And then I'll put something on the top there, like a gemstone of some sort. Okay, and where's that at? I hope this is helpful to some of you rather than it's like, oh, she's just talking to herself. I want it to be, I want you to see the real thing. Like, this is how it really goes. What color? Here we go. I'll use one of these pearls. Oh man, they're all falling off. Here we go. Got it. Okay, that works for me. I need a page to put that stationery piece in. I'm just going to put that there for right now. I had somebody made this, I did not, so I just stuck that on there. I need something in here, and I'm going to add the word together. And I'm going to put, I know what I'm going to put. I have a photo. So let's see if I can find, I have a bunch of, like I have these Tim Holtz things. Do I need, it's too, maybe it's not too skinny. But I want 2 people, let's see. Together. I love these busts. Here we go. Man and wife. Yeah. I hope that fits. I'm going to age it. Let's see if it fits. Where did that page go? Yay. That's so cute. Okay. So this here. I gotta find a page for this. I guess I could attach it with a paper clip here. No, I can't make up my mind. Here. Here. Okay, let me get a paper clip. Come on. Does that work? Kinda. Okay, so I just have some random, I have a doily. You can put a doily anywhere. Right here. No, there's a doily right there. Last page. Now I feel like it needs something in the center, but what about a gear? No, not a gear. I have this too that I found. That might be too thick. I think I might be done. It is a big mama. Yeah, it's time to, yikes, that is really, what's this that's causing that? Oh, that. I do kind of like how it spreads out though. Is there anything that's too big that I need to take out? This is kind of in the way. So maybe this can go in a pocket somewhere. I had a pocket that I didn't put anything in. Nope. Maybe I'll put this here. Yeah, and then I'll glue this someplace else. I'll clip this with this. Nope, I'm going to put that one on the other side. So I'm going to put this one here. And I'll just stick this one here. Okay, now it's time for the cover. So we are going to have to put, oh, that's big. We are going to have to put a closure. So I will look for some, a ribbon that I can put on there, but I'm just going to start going through and looking at some of the stuff. The paper I want is from the collection. It is the butterfly one, but I also kind of want some vintage lace, or so I might put some of this on there. Okay, so let me get my stuff together and then we'll do the cover and then we're done. Okay, finally the cover. This is my favorite part because I get to embellish like crazy. And so I've spent some time looking through my stuff, and here's what I'm thinking so far. So I have this netting like that's got flowers embroidered on it, and that wraps all the way around. And I don't want it to be on there perfectly. I want it to hang off a little bit. I also have this, which I like, and I'm going to have that going sideways so that, again, you can see the lace. And then I will put this on because I like the look of it coming off the sides. Okay, after I put this on, my thoughts are I have some of this, and I might cut out some of the appliques and just kind of lay them on the edge here. Not sure if I'll need this then. I might not. And as of right now, I'm not sure what if I'm gonna, this might be too big. Maybe I'll just take a couple of them. I'll take it apart and use a couple. I don't like that shiny flower. So I might take some of these and then put some of my Prima flowers from my design team, one of my design team kits, and try and arrange these flowers in a way. Let's see, I want an odd amount. It never turns out the way I lay it out. So let's see. I don't know. I don't think I want anything up there. I'll put this here. And I don't know. That might be too much. I'm not sure yet. I have some metal leaves that I might kind of bend them so that they stick up a little bit more. And then I have this watch that I might put there. I also have a cameo. This might be too shiny though, so I probably won't use that. I kind of like this watch. I'm thinking I'm going to add a ribbon somewhere. And then I have Embrace the Journey. And then I have an old piece of jewelry that I cut off the butterfly. And that's what I'm thinking for the cover. This part, not 100% sure. It looks a little bit much. And I think it's because this is too big. So I'll just kind of work with it and see what happens. You never know. At least I never know. But I am going to end up bending these metal leaves so that they have some dimension. So when you can see them when they're on there. So I just kind of, they're real easy to bend. Okay. All right. So I have my glue gun warming up. Let me get all this stuff off of here. And I'll start with adding this piece on, and you don't have to put glue all over, just around the edge. I want it to look loose, okay? I have some other things off to the side that I could use if I need to, but I'm thinking I'd rather it be a little bit more simple. That's why I don't like all those flowers. I need something a little bit, I'll just try taking a couple of these off. I like the round one, let's see. Maybe they just need to be spread out more. Maybe. And no. Maybe I need the bigger ones down here and I fill in with smaller ones up here. That might be what I'm looking for. And then try and maybe that there, this here, fill in. Okay, here we go. The glue gun should be warmed up. So let's get started. So I'm going to start by just putting some glue just to hold it. Okay, and again, I want it to kind of hang over the book a little bit. So I'll just kind of tap that on so it stays. And once it's dry, I'll tip it over or turn it over to the back, because these glue stripes will be covered up. So I'll set it up, and things are going to probably start falling out of the book. And I'm just going to put a little here and here so that it stays. Okay. Something coming out there. All right, and then now on the back. What's that? Okay, now this one, I might trim a hair. I'm not sure quite yet. And I will be putting a piece of paper on the back too. I kind of like this one. I'm not sure if that's what I'll go with. Maybe that one. Okay, so that's done. Is that cool enough that I can tip it over? Okay, so now the next one is this piece. I gotta find the right side and the wrong side. This is the right side. And again, I want this coming off the sides like so. So I'm just gonna go ahead and add a little glue there. And then I'll lift this side and add some glue here. And just keep it where it's at and just lift it and add some glue. Okay, I think I need some right here. Okay, so let me give that a chance just to sit here, and then I'm going to take, I've already inked the edges, but I do want to ink a little bit more on the inside of the picture. Again, just to give it more of an aged look. Just random smears of this ink. Okay, that's more of the look I'm going for. You might even rough it up a little bit. You could tear the, you know what? I think I do want to tear the page. I'm going to rip the edges off. That'll give it more of a vintage feel. Just a small amount on each side, and then I'll go back with my ink and age it. Okay. Unfortunately, I don't know how to speed up my video, so you can just move ahead if you want, but I don't know how to make this go faster. And then I need to finish this one. Okay, so now get your ink and go around those edges. Yeah, I like that look much better. Just kind of goes with the theme a little bit better. Not so perfect looking. Yeah. Okay, I like it. Now I am going to use hot glue for the back of this also, just because of the material that's on. Ouch, I can feel it through the paper. That's hot. And it doesn't have to be perfect. Okay. I just want to make sure that the ends don't come up on me. Corners. That one's good. Okay. So now I'm going to take some appliques. I'm just going to cut this. I should have probably had them cut ahead of time. Do I want it to be a full sheet, little pieces? I don't know. Let me just cut one and see what it looks like. Let's go with this and see. Now I do kind of want to cover up the spine a little bit. I think I'll put it more on the spine. Okay, yep, let's start attaching this. Get my little spatula so I don't burn my hands. And I do need a little bit more down here. Let's see what piece would look good there. that. Still a little bit too big, I think, anyway. Even if I just take a little bit off. Okay, that's what we'll do. Okay, now I need to glue it onto the spine. And I need another glue stick. I have one ready. I might need to get another one out though. Okay, just gonna lift this up, push it down. And just lift and glue, lift and glue. And I think I need a little glue here. Okay, so then I'm going to continue to do that on the spine, and I'll bring this over onto the back also, so you get an idea. Now I'm going to start adding my, let's see, maybe if I take this one off and this one off, and I need to cut, this wire is pretty thick. Yeah, I'll just curl it. Oh wait, this is coming off, there we go. Okay. So I'm going to lay it out first. Like so. Okay, I think that's going to work now that I took some of them off and made them smaller. So now I'm going to start gluing those down. And I'm just going to put some glue right here on the stem piece. Okay, and do I want some here? I think I want it to, do I want it up here? Yeah, I do. I want it up there. So I'm going to put some glue on the stem and kind of tuck it down in there. Okay, so now I'm going to get a bow ready so I can have that ready. I think I'll do this one last. So I'll need to put, let me go ahead and put this on here. Ouch. Okay, and I might rough that up. I did a little bit, but it's a shiny material or paper, so it doesn't necessarily stay very well. And then my little butterfly will be off to the side. Like so. Ouch. I feel like I need to get that down further. Nope, it's going. Let me get another glue stick. I know I'm going to need one. Okay. So now let's take a look at the leaves. Maybe that's what, I'll put one there. Okay. Now I'm going to do the flowers. And I don't want them too big. And then I have to decide where I want the bow. Do I want it down here? Do I want it? I think I want it up here. I think I'm going to put the bow on next. Okay. That will help me decide where to put those flowers, I think. Okay. And here we go. I'm just gonna glue, lay it down, and work with it as I lay it down. I'll just kind of get some ideas. Okay, next one. And I like to do things in odd numbers. Okay, and I think I want the clock piece right here. Yeah. Okay, we're getting there. So there's 3, so I probably need to add 2 more. Oh, but I have a leaf. That's going to help. Where did I put that leaf? Right here. And then I need a small flower. Let's go with that for right now, see how that looks. All right, let me take a look. I feel like something, I don't feel like it's completed quite yet. Let me cut this. And then I have this one. You just kind of have to keep laying it down and look as you go. I want that one there. No. All right, I'm just going to put it down here. Let me get some glue on there. And I'll tuck that in. Kind of stretch it out a little bit. And then I think I'm just going to add a pearl right in there. And I have another pearl. I don't know if that's too much. I kind of need a smaller one. I think I do have a smaller pearl. Let's see here. It might be more white than yellow. These kind of have a yellow. Give me a second to find something here. Maybe it needs more, something gold. No. Nope. Maybe let me just put a little tiny flower here. Too big. Maybe a piece of this. Hold on, what about this? Yeah, I'm just gonna tuck that in there. That's it. Just needed a little something. And there we go. That's all I'm going to do. That's plenty. All right, so I'm going to finish doing the back and the bottom. I am going to have a walkthrough, so I'll attach that video, the link down in the description box. I appreciate you coming along this journey with me. It does take a while to get these projects done, and they're never really done. You can keep adding on and keep adding on. So if you are interested in this collection, it's from Country Craft Creations. It's from their Heritage line. I'll put links down in the description box, but I think I'm happy with that. So thanks for joining me.